Do you really believe Joe Biden is the best candidate the Democrats could nominate, or is this a political expediency answer?
Well, absolutely. First of all, he's been one of the most highly effective presidents we've ever seen. I sat in Congress for 12 years waiting for Infrastructure Week. He actually delivered on this. And look, Dean is a friend of mine. I love him. But I spent last weekend on Mackinac Island with Tony Evers and Gretchen Whitmer talking about how we're going to make sure that we win this for Joe Biden. Because this is not a debate about Joe Biden's age or experience. It's about a debate about protecting the democracy. He's been one of the most highly effective presidents we've ever seen.
They found that more than half of registered voters believe President Biden has made the economy worse. Only about a quarter of voters say they believe he's made it better. And look at this breakdown, item by item in our Fox News polling. 54% of voters say food prices are a major concern. 42% say utilities are. Just about half say gas prices are a major concern. Of course, you've probably noticed at the pump, gas prices up pretty dramatically, about 31 cents in the past month.
I have something here. It's 30 points from where he was during an election day in 2020 to 2020 to where they are now. Yes.
Which is remarkable. I mean, that really shows all the gains that they need to make.
Our poll with Siena College last week found that the president's still at that 39% approval rating. I think the average on 538 is around 41%. That's the lowest of any president at this stage going back to the history of polling, except for Jimmy Carter.
Mass murderers sometimes have greater approval ratings than Congress. But what we see here is that more people actually trust congressional Republicans than President Biden on the most important issues of the day. If you look at Joe Biden's approval on the economy right now, it stinks. It is well below 40%. You see it there, 37% approval on the economy, and that's the top issue in our poll.
Mortgage rates are now at their highest level in 21 years, with the 30-year fixed rate averaging more than 7%. Median home prices around $410,000 in America. And monthly mortgage payments on a home at that price could cost you more than $800 more, than they did 2 years ago when rates were near their record lows. What a different world.
The danger is we don't have many tools left, right? Let's just think about the compounding effects of this recent inflation crisis. Prices are up 16%. Since Joe Biden took office. For food, they're up 19%. For used car prices, up 30%. Electricity prices up 23%.
Well, we've got uncertain economic conditions that you talked about, heavy debt loads, and that's contributed to the highest level of bankruptcies in 13 years. In the first half of this year, 340 U.S. firms filed for bankruptcy.
For the first time in history, credit card debt for Americans has hit $1 trillion, to be exact, $1,003 billion.
The economic perceptions in the country right now are also really bad. 25% say the economy's good, 75% say it's bad. 51% of Americans in this new poll say that the economy is actually still getting worse, that it is in a downward spiral and still getting worse.
We have lots of deficits here. Interest rates are very important. The Treasury, of course, is going to have to wake up. Last I looked, $1.62 trillion deficit for the first 10 months of this fiscal year. Unbelievable. And interest on the debt this fiscal year, 10 months in, is already up 15.5%.
What do you make of that Joe Biden seems to not have this groundswell of support right now? Do you think it's all age?
No, I think it's our system. I think Donald Trump and the Republican Party have poisoned it to people. No one trusts our institutions. No one trusts Congress. No one trusts any of us because all they do is attack our families, do those types of things.
You knew that was coming, didn't you?